What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another vlog. And as you guys know, in Queens there's a neighborhood called Forrest Hills, but in the city here in Newark, New Jersey, there's also a neighborhood called Forrest Hills. And a lot of people, they probably don't know about this other side of Newark, but I used to live there for almost 3 years, and I'm gonna take you guys with me on a journey. So I'm gonna drive over there, show you guys the neighborhood around, so join me. So I made it to Forest Hills, which is in the north side of Newark, New Jersey, and it's a really beautiful neighborhood. You're gonna find like a lot of lovely houses, pretty quiet streets, and it's a side, like I said before, like a lot of people, they don't know about, but I used to live nearby here for a good 3 years, and I had really good experience with it. And also, it's home to Branch Brook Park, which is one of the parks in the United States that have the most cherry blossoms in the United States. So we're gonna walk around a little bit, cruise around, see what can we find. Here you can see one of the streets, and pretty beautiful streets, pretty well maintained sidewalks. Then you walk ahead, you know, like a lot of neighborhoods in Jersey, it's like this. They do got some beautiful houses, and I think the more I go closer to the park, the nicer the houses they get. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've been here, and it's good to remember some memories around here. Here you can see across the street, really beautiful houses. I like the way how the street, I can tell they just fits the road, so it's really beautiful. We got more houses over here. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the neighborhood Flatbush in Brooklyn, you know, a little bit similar. And the funny thing is that this neighborhood is kind of like a little hidden, like you go through a different part of a neighborhood, then you end up in a residential area like this, which is it's really beautiful. And I'm walking in this street, and gotta tell you, look at these houses, how beautiful they are. And the streets here too, kind of looks like the houses in the movies. And I'm really in love with the streets, how wide they are, how clean, you know. And even the signs of the streets, they have their unique design. Ridge Street, Delawana. So this is kind of like the middle class neighborhood of Newark, New Jersey. And I gotta say, the city, you know, little by little is changing. It's changing a lot. Like, it doesn't really get like a good reputation. Like I say, any other city in the United States, it has good and bad. And I've been here for 10 years and I really love it here. But yeah, just keep on looking at all these houses. And then the Branch Brook Park is over that way. So like I say, Forest Hills, a lot of people, they give footage with the one in Queens, New York, but they never cover like this one here in Jersey. And I think it's worth a visit. Then this other street here, I like this collection of architecture and the houses over here. Like I say, it must be really nice, you know, to live around a neighborhood like this. And it's funny because if you go a few blocks away, it's like a different vibe of neighborhood. So like I said, this is like a little hidden gem right here in the north side of Newark, New Jersey. But yeah, it's just beautiful. Really beautiful, and it's easy to find a parking spot too, you know. But most of these houses, they have their own parking. But I say, these are some big houses. They must have like a lot of bedrooms. Look at this one across the street, and this one too, like looks like a German house. And this one has this Christmas decorations. I know in the fall season it must be even nicer with the leaves of the trees turning red, like a perfect scenery. Then this here is pretty interesting. Not sure if it's a house, but it's like a pretty strange design. But then look at this one over here. It has 3 garage parking lots, and then it's really huge. It keeps going. Like most of the times when you Google about Forest Hills in Newark, this house pops up in Google. Wow, it's gorgeous. Wow, look, huge. And then the street over there, really beautiful. Now I'm gonna walk towards one of the main streets in this area, Mount Prospect Avenue. And this is actually the street that I used to live. And in this street, you're gonna see a lot of condos. And some of those condos in the top, they have a nice view of New York City, which is not far from here. And then there's a lot of stores, restaurants, some office buildings. So it gives you a vibe like if you're somewhere else. And I think you're gonna like it. So I'm gonna walk a little bit around to show you guys what's happening around there. But before I hit the main street, I wanna show you this house over here. Kind of looks a little bit like the White House. Wow, this house is pretty interesting, right? I gotta tell you, this neighborhood is pretty underrated. It's a secret jewel right here in the city of Newark, New Jersey, which I think it has a lot to offer. And then I'm arriving Mount Prospect Avenue, and you can start seeing the condos, the high-rise buildings. And like I say, this street is literally on a hill, so behind that it goes down there, and you can see Manhattan skyline. And then there's like more condos over there, more tall buildings. And I used to live over that side. So here I am, Mount Prospect Avenue. Like I say, one of the tall buildings around here. And there's a couple of medical centers over there, and then you just keep walking. But it still preserves, you know, the neighborhood pretty beautiful with all the trees. And then you got a couple of houses around here. Like I say, it's really beautiful. Then they have a supermarket ahead. And then, not sure if you can see, but behind there is the hill with the view that I'm telling you, that's New York City. So, yeah, I really love this neighborhood, you know. And it's been a long time, so I just wanted to show you guys the secret jewel right here. So another thing I wanted to point out, they got public transportation here. Here you can see the bus, the 27 bus. I used to take it before. It takes you to downtown Newark. And then you got bus that takes you to Penn Station, and then from there you can take the train to New York City or any other part of Jersey. So, you know, public transportation works pretty good around here in Newark, New Jersey too. Then here's still residential. And I passed one of the apartment buildings that said for rent, so I wonder how much is rent here. But this is actually one of this neighborhood is affordable. It's not extremely expensive. Some of these tall buildings are not that expensive either. Like I was looking online, some of those apartments, like a studio, is like $900 to $1,100. So I think it's a pretty good deal for a good neighborhood like this and a nice view. So yeah, so this is one of the apartments that I'm telling you is for rent, and they got the phone number over there. Doesn't look like it's a bad area, you know. Even has a parking too. Parking available. And you got this, a lovely residential area, you know. So yeah, maybe I'll take a look at it. I think it's a good deal. So this neighborhood is pretty big, and what I'm showing you is just a little bit. So a good way to get around is by car. So I'm probably gonna get in my car, drive around a little bit, and show you guys the neighborhood a little bit. So let's do it. So here you can see more houses in the neighborhood. You know, it keeps going down. I'm going down the hill here by Branch Brook Park, and you keep seeing more houses, you know, beautiful residential houses, and pretty developed the streets, you know. Loving it over here. So I'm gonna drive a little bit to the end of Mount Prospect Avenue to show you how the street turns in. You're gonna see a lot of shops, restaurants and stuff, and it gives you a vibe like if you're in a small town. But you know, this is still a city, and it's still part of the metro with the New York City area. So yeah, but I think you guys are gonna love it. It's like a little main strip. This over here used to be my dentist when I lived around here, so it's been years since I've gone there. Gotta find a new dentist. But you're gonna keep going a little further and see the shops and all the restaurants happening around here. And then yeah, you see the stores. Like it feels like you're in a small town. This is Newark, New Jersey, you know. Gotta be a little careful when you drive around here. And a lot of shops, a lot of businesses over here. Got Domino's too, pharmacies, you know, a little bit of everything around here. So now I'm just gonna show you a little bit of Branch Brook Park, which is a really beautiful park here, and it's by the north side of Newark, you know, bordering Forrest Hills. The only thing, you know, it's winter, so you're not gonna see the leaves in the trees, but I think it's still nice to see a little bit. So I'll show you a little glimpse of what's happening around there. So then here I made it to Branch Brook Park, which is a really big park here in Newark, New Jersey, and it goes all the way to Belleville. The best season to come here is during the springtime, because like I told you, there's a lot of cherry blossoms. But now it's winter, but I feel like it's still a beautiful scenery. And then this here is really nice. Like a little plaza over here with a lake. Like I said, today it's cold, but not extremely cold. And I like how they decorate the lines with a little Christmas spirit in it. But then the lake here is beautiful. There's a cathedral over there that's gorgeous. Yeah, really calm today, you know. A nice scenery. And there's like a lot of cars there. I'm not sure if it's a testing center, but yeah. That's what it kind of seems like, but really beautiful park here, you know, and definitely worth for you to visit. Yeah, one thing, I don't hang out too often in this park, but whenever I do, it's amazing, and it's a good place for me to relax and reflect. I gotta tell you, just look at this scenery over here, you know, the lake, everything. You can see the ducks over there. Then this over here. But the spring season, I promise you, this is beautiful. Like all of these trees are covered with flowers from the cherry blossom. And it's a good park for people to do their exercise, you know, relax. And I'm really a huge fan of urban parks. So yeah, Branch Brook Park, Newark, New Jersey. So that was the end of my video walking around here in Forrest Hill, Newark, New Jersey, and ended it over here with the scenery of Branch Brook Park. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.